what can you say? And once again, I haven't actually
But tonight that is the worst possible time for Emirates to come down when there was literally no removal left. Absolutely.
There we go. So, there we go now. So we've got everything's back. So that was.
I don't think you've got muted. So, well,
I'm not muted.
So I've changed to plug-in headphones, and I haven't turned up the volume on the plug-in headphones.
So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to very quickly go through the standings for this week. We aim to do this in about 10 minutes.
Very quickly.
Because we want to go to bed. And then we'll see. So let's get this set up. Screen share. So, first of all, what's up?
I'm sorry, I just seen the pinchy ship. Is that me? My serotonin levels have just skyrocketed.
So we're going to look at start off by looking at the Brogdon group. I'll zoom in a bit for everyone here. Not that much. So hopefully everyone can see. So in the Brogdon group, we see the Crucible University at the top. They're from Germany. They are 9 games in, 3 match wins. We've lost the flag somehow. I need to put the flags back on here. Total of 27 keys. Starship Looters are, let's be clear, 1 game, 2 keys behind, so they're pretty damn close. But from your matches of this week coming, what would you pick? I mean, this probably the Crucible University versus Keyforce Granada.
I'd have to say Chain Gang versus Starship Looters, however, has got me thinking as well, because although we've seen a lot of good teams suffer some early defeats, and I think Chain Gang are a bit of a dark horse in this group.
Yeah, I think it's they're on 0 match wins so far, so
but 2 game wins, which means that in the first out of the first 3 rounds, they have been sort of holding their own.
So they lost to the Crucible University, and then they lost to Keyforce Granada, and then they lost to Brain Games LV. So they've lost to 3 very good teams. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
There. So we'll see. Okay, and
in that one, I would probably say Starship Looters and Chain Gang would definitely be the one I'd be wanting to look at.
Sure. Moving on to this.
Moving on to what?
The disc group. So,
Which group? This group.
This group. Like that group, but this. So, we have Imperium at the top of the pile here. This is only because, and Hamburger Lances 1 also at the top of the pile. Both of these teams at the top because there's a buy and a drop this week because of Screech Bobbins dropping before. But Beerforge, who haven't updated their decks now for 3 weeks, so they're playing with a round 2 deck still, are coming in with 9 game wins, 3 match wins. So technically at this point, Beerforge are top of the group.
At this point, yeah.
Because ignoring the buy and the drop that's come through. I mean, taking that off...
They've won all 3 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, and then taking it off, we see Amberium second, and then we see... Not finished with your Marut just above Hamburger Lanterns 1. So it's interesting. I mean, if you look at the results from last week, Hamburger Lanterns 1 lost to Beerforge 2-1. Now, this is a big shock. Hamburger Lanterns 1, previous champions and previous runner-ups.
We did have Julian. I think Julian is in Hamburger Lanterns 1. I'll have to check. But he was saying he's had a terrible run this.
No, he's
event.
not. He's in Hamburger Lanterns 2.
Okay.
My back case is not going to work. He's also in the chat, I believe.
Possibly they might have also gone to bed. Yeah, I've won 1 game this cut as well. The low SAS is the low SAS of these decks have made it very interesting.
Very.
The reason I'm trying to stop winning with World's Club Bromnight. I haven't got to a World's Club Bromnight yet.
But the game for me this week is Beerforge versus Not Finished with Your Mammook.
There's no question here that Beerforge versus Not Finished with Your Mammook would be the game I wanted to look at here.
Yeah,
and it was close on my list when I was looking through the pairings. It was a close one, but I think I wanted to go with a returning team.
Wait for it to come through.
Yeah.
So moving on to Inspired, Team Mavericks, as not too unsurprisingly, are top of the pile here. They are the only double champions we have, with the Russian Smiths one key behind. I mean, that's going to be damn close. Then you have 1AM who have the bye this week, and then D20A, another great team from Vietnam. In terms of matches to watch out for this week, I actually think Sentineless versus Russian Smith, because Sentineless for me is another team that's had a poor set of matchups. I think they could do really well from what we've seen them play. But
Senseless are D20 versus Team Mavericks Hong Kong.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see. So Sentineless have had. Be interested to see how it comes through. But yeah, I mean D20 versus Team Mavericks Hong Kong, that will always be an awesome game as well.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Or DR Fruits versus Vietnam for Kong, because they're both. Yeah, the teams that know each other. They're both Vietnam teams, and they're both playing the same sort of community. So that'll be a good game to see. That'll be a more friendly, casual environment.
Definitely. So moving on to Logos here, I'm just pushing through this. Madrid Archons are winning 3 matches, 7 games total. They're ahead of 1 match, 1 game, but the same keys as AFK, Peter, Stephen, and Madame Pompidou. This week, I would say AFK versus the French Keys would be the game I would look out for.
AFK versus AFK, or South Wales Netglifters and Invidious's Gleeful Nephews. It wouldn't be the most high. It wouldn't like top of the group one, but I think the South West Snufflegators have got a lot of potential that we haven't quite seen yet.
Yep. Then we move on to Mars. So here we have the French Imps AFK at the top, 1 match above Baguette and Switch, which of course Liptops is in. He does all our metrics every week. And to be honest, that's also the preferred game for me this week. Baguette and Switch versus the French Imp, another French derby. It's going to be interesting to see. But Salty versus No Caliphants would be interesting too.
The game I've actually chosen is Tri-City versus Grizzle Hearts Chosen. Grizzle Hearts Chosen have been in a lot of events, but never actually made it onto stream. And Tri-City are a returning team, and the arch rivals of Can't Touch This. So I thought it'd be quite good to see, although it's the bottom of the group, it isn't over yet, because it's round robin. Anything could still change.
Yep. This is the halfway point of the round robin as well this week. Bootcamp X up there at the top with the bye this week. Ignoring the bye, Manchester Mavericks A. Good to see them back on top after their KOTE 7 performance. Not saying they did badly, but we were surprised. They are top of the group. Then Bootcamp X is second in the group. I take that back, third in the group after Can't Touch This, the Wolfpack, who we just saw play with the Key Frogs. I mean, Key Frogs beating Can't Touch This, the Wolfpack, though hard-fought game, was a shock for me. They're both great teams, but Can't Touch This, that brand has always been there. I mean, it's interesting to see how this is going.
It was a true sort of. If you'd have asked the majority of the community beforehand who you think was going to win, Can't Touch This would have probably been well into the 70-80% chance people would have expected them to come away with the win. But Key Frogs, they've said all the way throughout this is their season. They've come into this. They've been practicing on stream ridiculous amounts. They had fun last time winning the 5th cut. They want to finish a lot higher this time.
And the match for me this time is actually Monkeys versus Can't Touch This, the Wolfpack, that I'd be most interested to see the outcome of.
Yeah, that Team Invictus versus Manchester Mavericks A would be another one that I'd want to keep an eye out for, but it would definitely be Can't Touch This and the French-Polish battle.
Shootout. Yeah, definitely. So Soren. Here we go. So currently Better Call KOTE
I know exactly which game to watch out for here.
Better Call KOTE is not first. They are technically... They've only won 6 games, so they are second. Top of this group is Can't Touch This, the Aces, who will be playing Brett, or Team It's Ultimate Era.
It's the top of the group versus the bottom of the group.
Yeah. MTP Spark also doing very well, keeping up there. So I think that would be it's your game, Brett, to win. Come on, go. You can do it. You can go beat the Can't Touch This guys.
I've already looked at my opponent's deck the moment it was revealed, and it is a brutal deck. But for me, the one to watch here is Manchester Maverick B versus Three Witches.
That would be a good game to see as well, to be honest. So moving on to Shadows. So we have KIP here, top of the pile. Only one game ahead of Welsh and Felchman. And Brothers in Battle will be playing KIP this week. Welsh and Felchman playing ABR Bullet Bills. I mean, to be honest, I'd say all the games here I'd like to see. The AC Regulars versus Easier from the Bottom would be a good game. I mean, Toads versus Forge Accord would be a good game. I mean,
the AC Civil War would probably be the one for me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what they both done. They lost to Brothers in Battle, Felch and Welshman. The AC lost to AC Regulars. Yeah, I mean the stats say the AC Regulars will win, but I think it'll be a better game than the stats.
I wouldn't put it past the Brothers in Battle because they have got the UA Prime members in there as well, and the UA Prime members have the Premier League's team.
Yep, that is true. Then we come on to Skyborn. So yeah, this is an international team. So New York City have kindly, from the US base, have kindly joined this grid. They are 3 matches ahead. They are playing Five Eyes Classified, and actually that's going to be the game to watch this time. Five Eyes Classified are Jupiter and his team of people from around the world. And the Final Swindle Omega, though, are neck and neck with Five Eyes Classified. I mean, the Final Swindle Omega are playing Disillusioned. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I mean, Cute's there as well. We're playing Strange Gizmos.
Strange Gizmos against Cute is the one I watched this round. And I'm pretty sure next round I'm going to be covering a game from this one. Because luckily it's round robin. We already know everything in advance. We're just doing them a bit.
We're just being cautious.
Yeah.
So now we move on to...
It's not next round. It's the round after. Then I want to record this one because I want to see that game go down. It's going to be Sparks playing.
Can't wait to see that. That'll be round 6. So now we have Sloppy Lab Work here, who are top of the group. They are 1 game, but 1 key behind Team Kotzina. So JPC Lima was in the chat briefly from Team Kotzina. Great set of guys. Can't wait to get you guys involved. Sloppy Lab Work there. I mean, have they played each other yet? I mean, there's one quick thing. Have Sloppy Lab Work playing Team Kotzina yet? They have not, so that will be interesting when that comes round.
I could possibly do that one.
I would like to if we could fit it in.
I don't. The last one, I think there's a lot of games in that category that people want to see. But
we can work on what's right, and hey, if we get some other people to volunteer recording them, then maybe we can do a few more. In terms of this week matches to watch out for. Well, to be honest, Team Kotzina are always awesome games to watch. And
Team Kotzina bring some really interesting decks with really interesting playstyles.
And with ABR, the old paddies on at the same time, I mean, that would be really interesting to see. Alright. Moving on to the most important group,
if I went to game do something to help ban and pirate would be sweet.
What was that, sorry?
Jupiter asking if you can finally win a game, he wants to do something to help Pan and Pirate.
Awesome. So here we come to the most important group, of course. The most important group here being Key Frauds, as I am honorary Singaporean for this event because they needed 1 more player, and I know the guys well. We lost our first game last week versus Lickle, but top of the pile here you see T20B from Vietnam and Lickle from Hong Kong at the top. Arcanian Fire are only ahead of us because of the bye, but I think Lickle versus D20B, have they played yet? I don't think they have.
Lickle versus D20B, yes.
No, they haven't.
Lickle D20B is this round.
Even better. Yeah, and so, but Lickle also haven't had the bye yet, so...
Because Lickle versus D20B was also on my shortlist for this round.
Yeah. So Lickle also haven't had the bye yet, so they're doing pretty well up there at the top.
Well, we have high hopes from after last season.
Oh, hell yeah. Awesome guys, by the way. They beat me this week. Great chat to them.
Oh, yeah. When I did the interviews with them, it was absolutely brilliant chatting with them.
So now we move on to the Untamed group. This is the final group to go through. Control the Leaker at the top with 3 match wins, 7 games. Baywitch and the Final Swindle Alpha are equal second with 2 match, 6 game, 24 keys. This week, I mean, again, Final Swindle Alpha versus Reapout was probably going to be the one I would want to watch.
Yeah, that's the one I was just looking at. Final Swindle Alpha.
I mean,
yeah, it's some very interesting ones throughout here, throughout all this really. Maybe Wild Wormhole versus Baywitch as well. But yeah, Final Swindle Alpha versus Reapout is definitely one I'm going to keep an eye, because it seems like Hamburg Atlanteans 1, Reapout that are quite low in the tables. They're the ones that are going to be coming out hungry now. They're the ones that know that there are teams in 4th and 3rd place that can still make it into the top 32. So they're the teams that are going to be coming out looking to not make it, looking to get the wins now and get the points up so they can get into this top cut.
Wild Wormhole and Reapout will be very much fighting for that 3rd or 4th place, I think, in here.
Yeah.
So no, it looks good. And that brings up all. So let's quickly just jump to the side pot from the Archon's Corner, just for completeness.
Yeah, because I believe Wolfpack were on top of it, but it might have changed.
No, they've gone down. So we've gone from all the teams having maximum match wins to only the Aces being on 3 wins. So it's been a bad week for all the teams who no one else in this side pot won. Again, if anyone wants, we can add their own side pots. We could do it by country. We could add other regions in. If you have a reason, then let us know, and we will happily create you a side pot here just to help you tie teams together.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
guys. And with that, I'm going to end it today because I am falling asleep.
Yeah, this is the closest we've ever come to 3 hours.
Yeah. And we always say we won't be longer than 2.
What have you done? You've put OBS on the stream.
Oh, someone had to do something. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll speak to you next week, hopefully with a shorter show. Any questions or anything else, be in touch, and we'll see you on the Discord. Cheers, everyone. Have a great night.